नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये. So from Naishram, coming back to Bharatam, so to say, on the same story, she had already said, no, she had conveyed this, that if she is made forced to marry anybody other than Nala, she is going to die and she'll either burn herself or she'll drown herself or she'll hang herself or poison herself. 4 alternatives she had given. Okay. So Nala laughs about these alternatives and says that if I don't get Nala, I'll do all this. She has said. So Nala laughs and says, see, if you hang yourself, then what will happen? Your soul will go to Antariksha Lokam, and that is under the control of Indra. If you burn yourself, then what are you doing? You're straight away giving yourself to Agni. If you drown yourself, then it's all Varuna. He's going to, that's his area. Fully you're his. And if you poison yourself, to shortcut to Yama only. What is there? Yama in any case. So why do all this? You can live and be with them as their consort in Devalokam. Why do you have to do this, etc.? He tells her, and she's so upset by his argument. In anger, she calls him, you are a Mrityu-duta. You are not a Duta, you are a Mrityu-duta, messenger of death. Very angrily she tells him. Before marriage itself, she's starting to call him names now. Mrityu-duta, she calls him. The Sakhis come to her defense. And say, don't be like this. What are you going on talking? We told you that mind is set on Nala and all that. Again and again you're going on talking. They shout at her. And they say, you think we don't know who you are? You think she doesn't know who you are? You all know you're Nala only. We know because the Hamsa, when it came, with its foot, it drew your picture to show how you look. Okay. So we know you are Nala. So please don't speak harshly to poor Damayanti. You've been going on talking something. We're hurting her. Poor thing. Now they shout at him. But he's a man. So what is the point anybody telling him anything? He's going like a stuck record. He'll keep on saying the same thing. Even though so many sane female voices are telling him not to speak whatever he's speaking, he continues because he thinks he's there as a Duta. So that's what he wants to do. So he says, no, but this is okay. Indra has got Kalpavruksha, he's got Chintamani, he's got, all that is there. Yet he is asking for your hand. How can you be foolish enough to say no, etc. He's saying. Then she decides that there's no other way. So, ultimate weapon, she just breaks down and starts weeping. So Damayanti is not weeping and she's like looking sad and she's looking broken and angry and she's crazy and she's weeping and she just starts like that. All her Sakhis around her trying to pacify her and all. Nala, what difference does he have against this? Till now, he is trying to argue logically, etc. Now, he doesn't know what to do. So he's saying, no, please don't cry and all that. No, poor thing. Why are you crying? What did I say? What? And all that stuff. I'm so sorry and all that. And he forgot completely his Duta business. And there this girl is crying, etc. And he's, no, don't cry. I'll wipe your tears and all that. No, you should not cry. And he's making absolute ass of himself. And then he's saying that, I'm so sorry and I'll clean the dust of your feet and I'll clean the tears that are falling on the ground, etc. Stop crying. If you have any feeling for me, please don't be angry and all that is going on and on. Please smile now. No, you are smiling so nicely till now. Why are you crying? Look at me with affection. What did I do? And all that. Please make your face blossom. This is wilting. Have mercy on me. Speak to me and all that. He's pleading. Now when he's going like that, she's hardly going to stop crying, okay? Now things are turned to her favor. So she's still crying and all that. Looking at him. He's crying. He doesn't know what to do. He's feeling feeling very guilty, but at the same time about, here suddenly I have come as a Duta and what am I speaking to her and all that. And he's trying to get control of himself again, back so that he does his job, etc. And from the open window, that Hamsa flutter comes and flies in. That Hamsa has been following the situation. It's a project. He's been not seeing, but he's been watching all that has been happening. So he comes in at this time. And then he comes straight to the Nala and he abuses him and says, "You Nirdayi," he calls him. "You hard-hearted man," that Rajamsa tells Nala. "You are giving her so much distress. You Nirdayi." Shouts at him. So he's shocked. Looking at Rajamsa. Says, "If you go on like this, she'll give up her life, okay?" Rajamsa says, "Man, shocked. Give up her life, etc." He's looking at her. "Yes, okay, you are given a job by the Devas, etc., but you don't have to overdo that job. You have done a bit. That doesn't mean you have to completely overdo whatever has been given to you. Right? Can't you see that she is not the least bit interested in them?" Okay. So, and she has very clearly said that she loves you only. Now you must forget about the job that has been given to you. You must be true to your conscience. There is no need to feel guilty at all. That I have come with this job and this is what. No, stop all this nonsense and don't be a hard-hearted, cruel man. Look at her, poor thing, what you have done to her, etc. The Rajamsa says. Now he feels slightly much better. And he says, Rajamsa, and he tells, "Yes, Damayanti, whatever, Kalyani, I am actually Nala only." Right? But all that is being said is true, but you must actually, the call is yours. Right? Now, the Devendra and the gods have expressed absolute keenness for your hand, so it's up to you. Later, you should not feel remorse. Because if you feel remorse later, it's like a knife coming and hitting you in the back. It's very wrong. Right? I am not telling you this because I am afraid of the Devas or something. I am not afraid of the Devas. No. Neither am I telling you this because I am infatuated about you or something. No. I have great respect for you. And I only want your happiness in my heart, only wants your happiness. So if you choose me instead of them, and if the Devas kill me, that's okay with me. But you must be sure, here are the stakes. The gods themselves want you. So it's your call. So you must decide, etc. Now Damayanti was quite happy, very happy. She was very overjoyed after listening to Nala say this. It was like music to her ears. And still her tears are not still there. She didn't let it go. The tears are happiness, but who is to know? She's still crying, tears are coming and all that. And she was in her own mind, a big burden had come off her because she had seen this man and he did look like that picture that Hamsa had drawn with its foot. It probably was Nala only, but she was not 100% sure that it is Nala. We never know in this world. But she was feeling, had feelings for this man. Had this not been Nala, then it's little small, how complicated, mind can be of people like Damayanti. So there she was. So she was having all these pinpricks, 100 pinpricks was going on. Suppose it is not Nala, but I like this man. All that was happening, okay, in her mind. So all that had gone now. It is Nala only. So one lottery is now over. Very fine. And now she immediately, now that it's Nala, etc., and is there. So till now she's been sitting like a queen and he's standing. Now immediately she gets up. Her lord is there in front of her. She gets up and speechless, shy, her eyes down, she stands. She's not able to speak at all. Nothing now is coming to her. Now this, when she is not able to speak, her Sakhis now chip in. So he's saying, "O king, she is not able to speak. You can understand she's not able to speak, but we will tell you that based on the picture that the Rajhamsa had drawn on the ground, Princess Damayanti had got your picture painted. So she had your picture all the time with her. And she used to speak to it all the time. Right? And she's in fact sung a whole Upanishad to that picture of yours. She sung a whole Upanishad called Kama Upanishad to that picture. We'll tell you what all she sang. Okay? To the king. So 13 verses they tell him. I can't even tell you. 13 verses they tell. What all? What all? Starting for something as simple as you say, okay, oh Lord, has the swan not told you about my state? Has the swan not given you about what I told him? The Rajhamsa has told you, even then you are not coming, even then you are remote. How hard-hearted can you be, etc. Like that, starting onwards. Then what all she did to that painting, etc. They tell. All in full green way. They tell him. So he is now quite this thing. Then Damayanti finds her voice and she tells him, Devebhyoham namaskritya sarvebhyah prativipate vrane tvameva bhartaram satyametad bravimite. She tells him, I have only the greatest respect for all the gods and I do namaskaram to all of them. But as for Satyam, Satyam, I tell you the truth, that only you I will marry, nobody else. She tells him straight away. Saying this, she starts trembling suddenly. So suddenly, she's trembling in front of him. Nala says, oh Kalyani, actually, while I am happy, I am in a fix. I am in a big fix because I can't deviate from my Duta Dharma also. I mean, I have been given I have taken a certain responsibility. I cannot deviate from it. I accepted that. And I have a self-interest in this matter. So I'm not able to think very clearly. Can you suggest a way out? Smart man is asking her advice. Can you suggest a way out? How I can handle this? Fix. That's music. She has thought through all this clearly. So she said, now he has come my way. Okay. So, but she doesn't immediately blurt out this way, etc. Very carefully. She wipes her tears and this and that and all. Slowly only she whispers to him and tells him, King, there is a way. There is a way that you will not be, nobody will blame you. You will not be put to blame. Don't you realize I am having a Swayamvara? Mind is a Swayamvara. Let everybody come. Let the gods come. I will choose you. That way no blame can be said. I am the one who has to choose. They can't choose. So what is there? So he is very thrilled. Nala is thrilled. He says, this is a good point. It didn't strike me, etc. Okay. No, it didn't strike him. So he went. So he went, and what did he do? He's a Satyavan, no? So he went to all the Devendras. They're all waiting for him. What happened? What you met her? What did she say? What is the message? Etc. They're asking. He said, no, wait a minute. I'll tell you. So he tells all that. This is what happened, and all that. And then she has no interest in you all. This big problem. And he's interested only in me. And then she has also told me, not a problem. Let them all come for Swayamvaram. I will choose you. All that he tells them. He's a Satyavan. Satyavan. He's come and told everything. He doesn't. He could have gone and said, I have told her she's not able to actually decide. She's very, very happy that the gods are this thing, but which god, etc., not able to. But in Swayamvara she'll be able to decide. So that's something. No, he comes and tells the full details. So this is what is going to happen. This is how the match is fixed. Okay, the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, etc. He has told them. Har Namah Parvati Pataye Janaki Kanta Smaranam Gopika Jivana Smaranam Vetrivel Muruganukku Shri Sadguru Swaminah Shri Anjaneya Swaminah